Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be completing our final box on our World of Flowers picture, where we are comparing different brands of colored pencils in each box. So we have one box left, and originally I was going to do this in polychromos, which are my Faber-Castell polychromos pencils that I generally would use. However, this section here we did in Prismacolors, and there is a new pencil on the market that came out in the last year called Arrtx colored pencils, and I have just purchased the 126 set. So this is their largest set. It's got cute little bunnies on here, I imagine for the year of the rabbit. It comes in two, just remove the lid here. There are 126 pencils, and they come in a pencil stand that does have a foam that does hold the pencils even when you remove pencils beside it, so they have improved on their packaging. So that is the pencil brand that we are going to use to complete this page, and I thought it would be good, since people think that they are comparable or a good substitute for Prismacolors if you're not happy with Prismacolors. So we're going to do a side-by-side comparison of those two to round out our colored pencil series. I will have a final look and discussion of all the pencil brands next video, and that will complete our series. So we've had quite a long series. It spanned the whole year. Sorry for taking a couple of months off of that, but we are down to the wire now. So let's get started. I will put some paper behind here, pick some pencils out, and we'll begin. And as with every pencil brand, I have used the Artex a couple of times to get a little bit of a feel for the pencils. I did swatch them out, and here is the swatch chart. Now this swatch chart is a PDF that I went and got directly from the Artex website, so it matches the order in which the pencils are in the box, which was great. I'm not sure that I would keep them in this order per se. For now I've left them because then they match and I can find the pencils easily, but they it does kind of bounce around a little bit. So just so you can see, all 126 colors, including 3 fluorescent or neon ones at the end. I have completed a sheet as per usual with all my color pencil comparison questions that I've answered on all of the pencils, and I will share a screenshot of the Artex section at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. You can pause the screenshot and read the videos, but you will hear all of the answers as I do some coloring. Let's pick out some colors. I'm going to use comparable colors that I used over here so that the page looks fairly balanced. And let me pick those pencils out and we'll get started. So as we go through coloring of the page, we will look at the pencils. So to start off with, these are a round pencil barrel. They do have a capped end. They have a full color of the entire pencil. The printing is silver, and it says Artex. There's a star. It says color pencil on one side. Roll it over. There's a bunch of stars along here, just decoration. Some type of barcode that doesn't have any numbers. It's just a lot of lines. Then it has 3 tiny dots, and then it says there's a color number and the color name Parrot Green. The color number is extremely small and hard to see, and the printing on here is silver, which is also hard to read. So again, I'm not sure why color pencil companies don't get the message, but metallic writing on pencils is very difficult to read. We have a great selection of greens in here, so I'm going to select Parrot Green for my lighter teal color and Ocean Green for my deeper color, and we will be using a standard pencil sharpener. They do come pre-sharpened. I have had a breakage issue on only one pencil so far, and that was a gray pencil. So we're going to do deeper green on the outside, similar to this side. So as I showed you earlier, these come in a hard wooden box with some foam insert on the bottom. They also came packaged very well I did purchase these from Amazon. They came in a box with bubble wrap around the pencils themselves. So a much better packaging experience than I've had from Amazon in a while. So I'm not sure if Arrtx decides on how the packaging is done or not, but I was happy to see some bubble wrap around the pencils, and they were a little bit more secure. So the availability of these are online, so through places like Amazon. They're not available in store, or not that I've ever seen or heard. The maximum pencil range or number of pencil sets is the 126. They have they came out earlier in 2022 with the 72 set, and now they have an additional 54 colors to make up the 126. I have left them in the box for now. I probably will end up removing them from the box. And I'll just show you the box. I'll zoom you out a bit. The problem is not that the pencils move around when you take one out. There's foam that does hold it. There's a little hole for each pencil, so they don't move around, which is great. But I find it hard to find the color and pull it out. You have to pull out each one to find exactly the color you're looking for. You have to read it. And then to put them back in, if your pencil starts getting small, like this one back here is small, you kind of don't see it. You have to kind of dig down for it. So for now, it's convenient to have them on my desk and be using them for this demonstration. But on a day-to-day basis, I probably will not keep them in that case. I do appreciate the packaging and their thought that went into it, but it's probably just not going to be long-term solution. So that answers the question on how many pencils are available and what type of packaging they come in. The next question is the pencil body. We went over that. The core size of these pencils is 3.8 millimeters, so your standard core size. They are a wax-based pencil, and that's why people were feeling that they could be comparable to a Prisma. The pigment is vibrant, and but I would not say that these are comparable to Prisma in that they're not as soft as Prismas. I haven't had a problem with any wax bloom as of yet. But in the color vibrancy and the color names and stuff, that part is comparable. I'll continue on with the coloring the background here, and I'll be back with more questions and answers. Okay, I have done a couple of layers, and now I'm going to blend with my Copic Gamsol blender. And it seems to be blending quite well. Arrtx does not have a separate blender pencil specific to their brand, so we will try another blender pencil, probably the Caran d'Ache one later, but it certainly is dissolving fine with the Gamsol, which I would expect. Okay, this is how it's looking fully blended. We will wait for that to dry as per usual. And if we need to add more layers, of course, because we did use Gamsol and we didn't burnish the tooth of the paper, we can certainly add more layers. Okay, I've selected a light, medium, and dark yellow. We have, it's very hard to read these, light yellow, sunburst yellow, and golden similar fashion that we did this flower. So we're going to start with a light yellow on the bottom, and then move to our medium yellow, and then our darker. And we'll do some blending. There's a bit of wax buildup here happening with once I'm doing a few layers. Okay, well that layer did add another layer of pigment down, so that's good. We'll grab the white and see if we can lighten up the edge and see how that works. Okay, I think that looks okay. Let's do a couple more. Okay, we've completed these 3 flowers, and I will select some pink and fuchsia type colors here. We do have quite a good selection of purples, so I'll zoom you out a bit. So we've got a decent selection. We've got 8, 2, 4, 9 purplish colors, because you've got a cobalt violet here, violet blue ultramarine has a purplish tinge. So yeah, nice selection. So I'll be able to pick a few. I'll pick 3 colors for this, and then we'll show you which ones I picked. Okay, I have selected light, medium, dark. I am going to go with lavender, ultramarine violet, and dark purple. Thought I'd select the lavender and the lilac to show you because those are 2 colors that are being discontinued or have been discontinued by Prismacolor. So they go down fairly smoothly. Flower down here, I will use the lilac color, similar to how I did over here. I thought it would be interesting to do Arrtx side-by-side Prismacolor, as they're both wax-based pencil. And you can decide on how you think it's going. I'm going to select a color called pea green for this area here. They do have quite a large selection of greens, so that's kind of nice. They don't have a ton of grays, but otherwise I'd say that they have quite a large, well-balanced selection. So as you can see, side by side to the Prismas here, they're looking pretty good. So I think that if you had Prismas, like I do have a set of 132 that you're not using, you could probably use these two sets quite easily together, and that's probably going to be my plan. So when I'm having a problem with my Prismas, maybe I can reach for these and at least match up the colors a little bit and use them together. And there's no coloring police out there, so I mean, if you want to mix all of your pencil brands together in one big bucket, that's fine too. We're going to work on these area right here, and we'll make it look similar to this. So for the orange, I have selected something called Pale Vermilion. Okay, and then for the three different color green that I have similar to here, I have selected Spring Green, Pea Green, and Dark Green. These do seem to blend nicely together. Answering some more of these questions as I do some coloring. We mentioned that they're wax. There is no light fast information on these pencils, nor what I expect there to be. So while they may be comparable to Prismacolors, they do not have the light fast information that is available for Prismas. Not on the Prismacolor website, which was awfully strange, but Blick had it. So anyways, there is no information on this. The origin of where these pencils were made is China. That's what it says on the box. And the fact that there's little bunnies all over the box also indicates China, since that is the year of the rabbit this year. The pros for these are the protective packaging, so that's a step up. So that's nice. Nice bright colors. They have both names and numbers, although the numbers are awfully hard to read. No open stock pencils. So that is one of the cons. The other con is silver painting on the barrel is hard to read. You know, if it was a con on other ones, it certainly is a con on this one, because the printing is even smaller on these pencils than some of the other brands. So, okay, let's zoom out a little bit here, and we'll see how the whole picture is looking. If I looked from here to here, would I tell the difference right now between these two sets? And no, I wouldn't. So I think that that's kind of interesting. I'll pull out some more colors to do a few more leaves, and we'll conclude this shortly. Let's do a little work on these leaves and see if we can So I'm using True Green here. And it's not exactly the same. So I can add a little bit of this color and probably get there. So this is the Ocean Green. Yeah, that's a bit of a truer color to the other one. So we'll use that. Blend a little bit with the Parrot Green. I think I will reach for these again and color with them. The experience has been nice. I'm not upset or having any difficulties with these pencils. They're not super soft, which is nice for someone who's used to using a harder pencil. But they're not super hard. I'm not having to work hard to get some pigment down. I do like the color ranges. 126 is a nice size. Really, you have everything you need. There aren't a lot of grays, but like I said, you know, a lot of people don't tend to use their grays anyways. And there certainly are enough colors to get you through. Okay. I'd say that those look like they belong to the same leaf, and happy with the results. Okay, I'll finish off another flower here and then I'll complete the rest on my own. Okay, I've selected 3 reds. I've selected Scarlet Red, Chili Pepper, and then Perylene Violet. And then I am going to use a Caran d'Ache blender pencil and see how that works. So there's two layers of colored pencil down, Caran d'Ache blender pencil, and make sure the tip is clean. Okay. All the white to the paper is gone. Seamless blend. No problems, as I expected. I'll keep coloring the rest of this flower and we'll be back for our final thoughts. Here's how the flower looks after blending it with the Caran d'Ache blender pencil. I think it turned out great. I'm going to do a couple of more leaves similar to these. So I've picked the colors Lime Peel and Olive Green. So I'll zoom you in. We'll do a couple more together and then I will, as I'm doing that, I'll give you my final thoughts on these pencils. Would I consider them an exact duplicate for Prisma? No. Do I think they work well with Prismacolor pencils? Yes. I think that it would be a good pencil brand to work alongside my Prismas, especially if I'm having problems using my Prismas. I think that these pencils will get me using them a little bit more, and I think that's a positive, because I do have a set that is not being readily used, so maybe this will get me to use them a bit more. It is nice to know that I could use these pencils together, and if I absolutely love a pencil and I run out of that color, I can use the Prismacolors as they are available open stock. As I've mentioned, I've only had breakage issue really in a consistent where I think that maybe one core is damaged, and that is with one of the grays. So I think the packaging that's a little bit higher quality than just a tin has protected the pencils maybe a bit more, and I think that they also are probably a harder core, so maybe that is also helping protect them a bit from breakage, but we'll only know that for sure over time and more sharpening. Just trying a different blender pencil here. This Blick blender pencil is a little bit more scratchy. The best blender pencil so far has been the Caran d'Ache one. It seems to be a softer wax, if that makes sense. And it's a little less scratchy. I don't know about you, but scratchiness on my page is always a little bit annoying. Okay, I will turn the camera off, finish this page, and we'll be back. Welcome back for a final look at our section that we did with the colored pencil Artex 126. I added a little bit of stickles, it's still wet, to the center of this flower. I also have used a gold sparkle pop for the little flower dots here, and also the edge around the blue and the light yellow flower. I used the cream and a yellow to test out what the cream looks like, because I use cream quite often, and it was nice. I think that the side-by-side comparison is pretty interesting and looks quite nice. My final thoughts are, were these pencils worth the money I spent? Yes, I waited for a sale. I got the 126 set off of Amazon Canada. I think that if you're going to use these pencils, definitely go over to the Arrtx website and get the color chart, because then at least you have, like I mentioned, the color number printed a little better, and you can see for a look the 126 set. If you're a person that loves purple, you do quite well. A few pinks, but definitely more purples than I'm kind of used to seeing, which is kind of nice. Lots of greens, some browns. The black and the gold are up here on their color chart. So their color chart is a little strange, but it does follow the order that the pencils are in. So that's my comments for today on the Arrtx pencil. I like them. They're wax-based pencil from China. There are 126 in the set, and they were definitely fun to color with, and I have no complaints. A little bit of breakage, but nothing other than what normally I find when I'm sharpening pencils. So I'll see you next week for a final discussion and look at all of the different pencil brands we used. And I thank you for joining me today. Talk to you next week. Until then, have a great creative week. Bye-bye.